is then to protect the city against any floodings and also against high tide. And the idea was just as with these sea sluices, when it was high tide they were closed, when it was low tide they opened them to get rid of all the excess water. Look to the right, there you see many former warehouses, all still adorned with shutters.
Wow.
This is the canal of the breweries, Brouwersgracht. So here there were many breweries, because you can imagine this water starting from the Middle Ages, you couldn't drink it anymore. And most of the people drank beer with a low alcohol percentage, 2%. So young, old, rich, poor, all drank beer. And here we still have this on the right side, so on the what side? On the right side, this is then the former working class area of Amsterdam. And here were practically all the workshops that could cause fire and noise and nuisance. And it's also an area where the city didn't take any measures to raise the net. So it's slightly lying lower than the rest of Amsterdam. And this is also the only canal of the three main canals where we see these houseboats. And the phenomenon of houseboats here in Amsterdam started, you can say, after the Second World War. There was a shortage of housing, and it was also a moment that many sailors sailing the interior waterways saw their not too modern cargo boats. And mostly young people in the 60s, 70s, also students, artists, hippies, they bought them, transformed them. And initially it was not regulated, almost illegal, but starting from 1974, the city of Amsterdam doesn't give any more permits to oil your house here in the city of Amsterdam. We still have roughly 900 houseboats here in the center and 2,500 houseboats in all of Amsterdam. If you think, well, that is nice, probably it's not that expensive to live on the water, because if you look at these houses and boats, they don't look that much attractive, but they are as expensive as the normal apartments. So you pay in between now 300,000 euros and 600,000 euros. Amsterdam, as far as housing concerns, is really the most expensive city here in the Netherlands. And now the average price for a small apartment here in Amsterdam, and then you have to think of 70s, 80 square meters. The best way to have feet, I always multiply it by 11. So if you say an apartment of 770 square feet, you pay 400,000 euros. Here in the center, along one of these canals, you pay 6,000 euros per square